Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for A Warring of Seraph, aka Seraph of the End, Chapter 5. Now, this chapter actually focuses mainly on Mika. He ends up saving this girl from one of the four horsemen of Chan, which I believe you beat one of them a few chapters back as well. But he saves this girl and all these people that are there. They actually view the vampires as saviors, and they're happy that the vampires are coming in to protect them, when in reality they're just looking at them as livestock. So it's interesting to see different opinions that people have of vampires. Once they first show up, you're happy. Once you've been there for a while, you start to realize how they really feel about you. But we end up learning from a couple of other vampires that Mika was turned into a vampire by Cruel Tepes herself, the third progenitor, who we've heard mentioned a couple times before. And we see the rest of the flashback that we got back in chapter 1, what happens after Hugh leaves. Cool Tepes is a lolly apparently, and she shows up, and she's the vampire queen. And we see Lord Farron. He just wasn't really hurt at all. He was pretending to be hurt. He let you escape, and he just let himself get taken advantage of pretty much. And Cruel, she's trying to figure out why exactly he let them escape, especially since you and Mika were supposed to be her Seraphs. And Farad says that the curse of the Seraphs is forbidden. So they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, or at least she is anyway. She's doing something she shouldn't be doing. And he says that he could report her to the Progenitor Council. So even though she's the vampire queen, she could still be taken down by this council. So I guess it's kind of like she's the CEO of the vampires, but she can still be fired by the board of directors. Yeah, something along those lines. But as soon as Farron mentions the Progenitor Council, Cruel gets serious and she just fights him, beats him easily, cuts his arm off. And he surrenders because he just likes messing with her, I guess. There's this joke about him loving her and loving her power and all this different stuff, so his relationship with her is kind of interesting. But she ends up seeing Mika and forcing him to drink her blood by kissing him. That way he can continue to live on, and she can continue to use him however she planned on using him. And after this flashback, we go back to real time, and there's this meeting with every vampire who has progenitor blood, which of course Mika has Cruel's blood. And they begin talking about the Japanese Imperial Demon Army and how they're experimenting with Seraph of the End. So title drop. Cruel ends up deciding that she wants to start a war with them. And what's interesting about this is Mika's reaction and how he says he's going to go and he's going to save you, which means he doesn't actually realize what's going on the surface. He thinks that he thinks that he was in some sort of danger, even though he's not. The vampires lied to him before about what was. Oh, I guess he doesn't know that though. That's now that I think about it, he doesn't realize that the vampires lied to him about what was going on the surface. Only you knew that. You figured it out once he made it to the surface. But so that's interesting. He's just ignorant of the situation. He doesn't know what's going on, and he thinks that Yu is in some sort of danger. So he wants to go save him. I guess he thinks that the Japanese Imperial Demon Army are the bad guys when they're really not. But after this scene with the vampires is over, we go to Guren. He's sleeping in this meeting with the top brass, and all of them are from the Hiragi family. So I guess they're pretty high up. But Guren, he gets up, he leaves, he's bored. He doesn't really show any respect at all to them, all these generals in the army. And he ends up running into you. And he actually decides that the next day he's going to give you a cursed gear before the Hiragis can actually find out about him, which means that he believes that Yu has potential, which he does. It's just that as far as his mind goes, he's incredibly weak and stupid and naive. and he's going to get himself killed one day, pretty much. But so that's pretty much how the chapter goes. You know, I'll be generous with this chapter and give it an 8 out of 10, just because we got to see a lot of Mika. We saw the rest of the flashback. We learned about how Mika still doesn't know what's going on the outside, even though he's been to the outside. We see Cruel, we see Farid. Plus, we learned that Yu is going to get his cursed gear. So yeah, it was a good chapter. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. But that's really it for now. Hunter and Tokyo Raven should be up at some point today. I have an essay I have to write, so I won't promise that it'll be out really, really soon, but yeah, that's really it for now. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.